Hi, everyone out there. This is Nicole Spezio.
And this is also Jenny Donheiser. And
And
this
this is
is
How
How
Are
Are
You?
You Brainwashed? Hi, Jen. My
Hi,
son's been
Jen.
saying, Hi, Jen.
So cute.
It's very strange. He understands that. My name is Mama and Jen.
Okay, he can hold dualities.
Whoa.
He's the smartest baby in America. Oh, well, Jenny and I found out horrible news today
Oh, yeah.
that our children will ultimately not be in the same grade.
Can't believe they do it by calendar year. Is that normal or is that unusual?
I didn't think it was normal because all those people who were born in November were still in our grade and stuff. No, that because your baby is born in November of 2023 and my babies are born February of 2024. And we thought that meant that at least I did. I thought that
Yeah.
meant they were going to be in the same grade. And based on New York public school rules, they're not going to be in the same grade, which means that you're going to deal with everything a year before me, which is, I mean, better to be on my side than your side, honestly.
Girl, I am trying to wrap my head around 3K. It's very complicated for some reason.
Yeah.
But the webinar I attended was very helpful, so I can pass along this knowledge to you
I
when
know
you
this is
apply.
this is about to be our whole life is you passing along knowledge to me. No one's going to pass along knowledge to you.
I know.
Do
I
you see?
know.
It's like,
I
why
know.
even have a pregnancy pact with your best friend if the New York public school system isn't going to make it them be the same grade?
We didn't know. We hadn't had to do our 3K research yet to understand what is happening.
I
Well,
can't
I
believe
think it's
it.
weird that Elliot's going to be like really young in his grade because of
Right.
the calendar year.
Yeah, he's gonna be, like, little and short and like that Malcolm Gladwell article or whatever.
Yeah, he's not going to be
About,
a
like,
star
hockey players,
athlete.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Elliot's gonna be shitty at
I
hockey.
know. I have to hold him back if I want him to.
Right, that's what I'm saying, hold him back. Or maybe he'll do really bad and he'll, like, fail his
But if
SATs
I
in
hold him
kindergarten.
back, then he'll be really
Really smart.
old for his year. I was really old for my year. It didn't really make me a star athlete, I'll say that, because I
Or
was held back.
smarter.
Yeah, so I don't know about that theory. Sort of, I am the oldest of all of you, and yet here I
Just
am,
because you're born in a July of a year, and I'm born in a February of the following year, and we are the same grade.
Yeah,
So I thought that would apply to our children.
I
But maybe
know.
how they did it in the decade redacted is different than how they do it now.
Yeah, maybe they decided
Fuck.
calendar year was better?
Well, it's like we can't go like prom dress shopping together.
Well, that's not true because there's junior and senior prom.
Maybe we don't even
I
know.
don't know. I know.
We can't go. We can't go to Bed Bath and Beyond with our lists of what shower caddies they need in 2080 when they go to college.
No, it's heartbreaking. It's because the school year doesn't run on a calendar year. It goes from,
Yeah,
2020
September. Yeah, it starts in September.
or September. So why would the age be the calendar year and not the school year? Like your child turns 3 within the school year.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, that's what it should be.
yeah,
But it's
not
not. So your kid is starting
my kid will be
kindergarten
eligible
when
for
he's 4?
3K. Yeah, yeah. He'll start as 4 and become 5 in kindergarten because he will be technically
But
2 when he
other
starts
kids could be
3K.
starting as at 5 and be ending as 6, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So if you're born January 2nd or January 1st of
Yeah, why didn't you feel safe enough to pick January 1st? Why'd you have to go for the 2nd?
you're starting kindergarten as 5. No, yeah. But then you're becoming 6 pretty quick.
I mean, with love, everyone's tuned out. Like, we can't actually get into the weeds of numbers. So the important thing is the headline that our kids are going to be in different grades.
Yeah, unless we go private. And then they sort of say whatever you want. We
Well,
do.
I'm not going to go private. I'm not going to have
$60,000 a year to send our children to whatever school. Yeah.
no, public school is good. I'm public school. You're private school, so you don't know shit.
Listen, I was daughter of teacher.
We
Okay.
no.
Daughter
And
of teacher
now
at private school. And but yeah, I will be sending my child to public institutions.
my gosh. Wow, what a fucking bad piece of news today. Do you care? I think I'm taking it harder than you are taking it.
I think when it's in action, I'll care. You know?
Okay, yeah. Because you'll be like buying a backpack and I'll be like, "Oh, we don't even do that because we're just fucking little kids over here."
Yeah. I
You'll
am
be like
sad.
doing geometry and I'll be like, "Oh my god, we're still finger painting over here."
I am sad about the shower caddies.
Thank you. Can you imagine us at whatever Bed Bath& and Beyond exists in the future? We would be having so much fun that day. We go get lunch after. This is fucking up all my plans.
I don't think that about them. What? It's all online. There's gonna be a robot that sets up their bed for them before they get there. It's gonna be like, which bed do you want? You're gonna be like, that one.
I select top bunk.
What color scheme and decorations do you want?
Well, whatever. We're not gonna have any good experiences now that our kids are in grades. I'm cross. This makes me cross.
This makes me quite cross.
You know who doesn't make me cross?
Yahoo.
Our guest. Today we have a tastemaker on the pod. We have a culturista, to borrow a phrase from our friends over at that pod. She's also the new brand director at Ars Nova, famously Jenny and my favorite place to go see anything in New York. I'm just thrilled. Please welcome to the pod, Sabrina Ryan.
Hello! I'm so excited to be here. And I'm so excited to have such a great intro. When I die, like, just print that on the slab right on the tombstone.
Babe, it's true. There's no lies detected, as children say on the internet.
Wow, brand director? What did you say? What's
Yes.
the title?
Are we allowed to say that on the internet? Yeah, right? You can publicly
not
have a
dirty
job. Yeah, okay.
It is in my bio. I do tell people. It's not a secret. I've kept it very well. Yeah, listen, if you want to buy tickets to an Ars Nova show and come and stalk me, that's fine. Just buy tickets.
Just buy the ticket.
Yeah. Yes, friend of ours from NYU is doing a show there right now. Be good, man.
Yes, absolutely. Very
very
excited about this show. Like, come see Ho Church. It's so good, so funny, so weird, so unexpected. There's an interactive edible segment, and I won't tell you any more than that.
If I wasn't already sold, I am now, for sure.
You will leave full. I'll say that.
I want to.
Whoa. I love when food gets incorporated, like that production of Oklahoma where we all ate chili at
halftime. She loves to say halftime. It's so disrespectful to the medium of theater to call it halftime. It's upsetting.
I don't even engage in sport. I only engage in theater. Why am I calling it halftime?
No one knows. It's called a touchdown when the whole cast bows at the end because they touch their toes when they bow. Yeah.
If you are brand director, you have to legally be tastemaker, right? That is, Jenny and I don't understand what any real jobs are. But it sounds incredible, whatever it is.
Yeah, all jobs are fake. And so what they reward you with is increasingly interesting titles so that you can keep obfuscating that fact to those on the outside. But as the brand director, I'm kind of responsible for everything that is not actually happening on the stage. Things from like social media. It's a lot of marketing, but we don't want to call it that because we're marketing the marketing. But it's ours is a very interesting and very cool and very diverse place, and we do a lot of really interesting stuff. We develop talent and we premiere shows, and that requires us to have a unified brand between all of those so people know what Ars Nova is, because it's so many things.
It really is. It is the funnest place. I have said this before in the pod, but in the pandemic, truly, one of the first things I was like so upset about being in my house was like, I just want to go to Ars Nova. I just want to go and see something in Ars Nova. That is a full real sentence I said when I was trapped at home.
Yes. And to that end, because people were craving it so much, we do have a streaming service called Supra in which you can pay to watch everything Ars Nova whenever you like.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Really good
Yeah.
brand directing you just
Thank
did.
you.
Quite
Now, do you
good.
brand direct yourself as a social media influencer? I feel like you also are just like,
Addicted to posting.
yeah, okay, great. And that is an amazing way to put it.
Yeah, I guess I do. I like to keep my grid to be a little yearbook, like a little collage I'm making. I love scrapbooking as a teen. Like people were like, that's definitely not a woman. But I would make them these scrapbook little memory books that had like inside jokes. And like I'd go to Michael's and I would spend so much money on like, are you a cheerleader? I'd get little pom-pom cutouts and I would like put them next to things and I would get everything printed up. And I kind of like to do that digitally. And I'm not sure that my grid posts make total sense to everyone who isn't me, but it's just like a stream of everything that's happened to me.
I love it. You're a great follow. I love to see what the hell's going on over there. And I am a former scrapbooker myself, so maybe I connect to you in this way. I even was the president of my choir's scrapbook club. It's like a hat on a hat. It's so many things. It's like our sort of music society had a scrapbook dedicated portion. I it's hard to say. It's all hazy at this point.
I like that within like the theater kid society, there
Right.
are also sub societies that are like warring factions of different like niche hobbies and specialities. It's an ecosystem. And without every part of that ecosystem, without the scrapbookers, you don't get Oklahoma. You don't get the chili.
Exactly. The president of your choir's scrapbooking club. Is that what you said?
And that's what it feels like. I again, it's hard to know what all the pieces meant, but something like that is true.
I'm sad that Instagram sort of shied away from. Someone wrote an article about this, like shied away from being like more day to day. Like when we would just post like, here's the martini I had, here's the street corner I'm on, here's this. I kind of miss that. I miss that it has to feel so intentional. And I respect people who don't do that. Who are like, post, here's what's up, here's what's going on. Should I do that? Should I go back? Do you guys want to see the martini I'm drinking?
I think there's a middle ground. I try to meet the middle ground. My grid posts do contain the martini. I will like cut them out and make them silly and put my cat next to it or whatever. And like there's a roller coaster in the background because I also went on a roller coaster. But I do try to make it things I actually remember from the month because otherwise, like I have friends who are very big influencers and watching them work, it's surreal. And when I look at their social presence, is it a reflection of their personality? Yes, to a degree. But when they go back and they look at it, it's like, well, we walked by a thing, so you stopped everybody, and you made us all do like and then you went in and changed your face. And so what is this but an illustration of something that could have happened in part of a day we were having otherwise?
Right. It's not like this is your core memory of that time.
Yeah, but then I get in my head about that too, because I'm like, I do wear makeup, like I am faking it to a certain degree. Like we're all like, do you fix your hair before you leave? You're going to hell. So just do whatever you want, I guess.
No, but there's a stretch between what a normal person is doing day to day and what Gretchen Rossi is face tuning. Like that it's not real. It's airbrush face. I don't.
Yeah.
It just we've lost it. Sometimes I get scared when our reality stars have been on TV for too long that they like Adrienne Maloof too. It's like, babe, it's not what is really your face, and I would love to see what really is your face. But what you're showing me is not it.
Yeah, all you're showing me is like your deepest core wounds. And that's we're not on Woundstagram. We're on Instagram. It's supposed to be quick. It's supposed to be happening quickly.
It is Woundstagram. It is.
I would love.
Listen, I post a Taylor Swift song when I'm going through it. Everyone famously knows.
Someone said Gretchen Rossi's face looks like she got Gretchen Rossi's face like put on her face. that makes any sense. But that is what it looks like. She constructed her own. She's wearing like a Gretchen Rossi mask.
One of those like latex, like real masks. People on the internet, like they like play in.
Well, should we all go as Gretchen Rossi for Halloween?
Should
No.
Gretchen Rossi go as the real Gretchen Rossi as her costume this Halloween?
Oh,
Just regular face.
Yeah. Wow.
Sabrina, do you care about Halloween?
I love Halloween so deeply.
Oh my gosh.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Halloween person. I have 2 costumes on order. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Please. Okay. So last year for Halloween, I made my daughters be spaghetti and meatballs. And I
Cute.
only have so many years left where I'm fully in charge and they don't have likes or dislikes. And I'm scared that I set the bar too high and I don't know what to do for my children's Halloween costume this year. Have you seen, what is a good couple's costume but make it twins, twin baby girls that I could do? Anything come to mind?
I would say I would make a little Carrie Bradshaw and then a little Post-it that says like, I can't, don't hate me.
Oh,
Wow, and that was just
that's
off the dome. That
cute.
was good. Okay.
Yeah. I would do maybe like a little phone with TikTok on it and then the TikTok scrolling ring that they advertise to you so you never have to stop watching.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Ooh, mommy's special interests.
What's on your do you have a few that you've thought of?
Yeah, but I don't know if I can say them.
Oh, sorry. Why not?
Because
you want it
because
to be a
my children's
reveal.
Halloween costume is the thing that people come up to me. They're like, your kid's Halloween costume. I showed my whole family at Christmas. Like, people love those pics, and I feel like I gotta really do it this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
not to be the brand director, but you need like a press plan and a rollout.
You're gonna be like Neil Patrick Harris. You're gonna be the new Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, in all the same ways. I'm gonna have Amy Winehouse cake, and I'm gonna
famously the best Halloween party that ever was.
Yeah, me and Neil Patrick Harris are so similar.
And I've always been bringing that up. I've always been pointing it out. I said it first.
We had a pal that worked for him in his house for a little while as like a fourth assistant or something, and her sole job was to replenish the flowers and there were candy machines in the movie theater of his house.
That was her sole responsibility.
I think her sole responsibility was flowers and candy, or if not her sole, those were the top. At the top, she was fourth assistant. That's what the fourth assistant ends up doing. Candy
Sitcoms
flowers.
used to pay, man. Sitcoms used to pay.
Wow.
I know. Now we have Beyonce doing shampoo commercials, but once upon a time, Neil Patrick Harris had a flower-centric assistant. Yeah, Hollywood doesn't pay anymore.
Oh my God.
Get fresh flowers every week for all the rooms, replace the olds, trim them when they needed, go into the flower district.
I mean, this is Michael Urie driving both ways to get that strawberry ice cream for Barbara Streisand. Do you know about this?
Oh, but I will love that.
In buyer and seller? Are you being buyer and seller?
Yeah.
Well, I famously, one of Barbara Streisand's assistants would have to drive several hours to buy her 1 pint of fresh ice cream, bring it back in like a cooling thing, and give it to her. She wanted it fresh, and she also didn't want to keep it in the house, so she could only have as much as she would eat. So that was their job, and every day they would just do that commute, and it was an ice cream centric commute. And I'm sure the cloned dogs were having some of the ice cream. You can't keep dogs away from ice cream.
So that is a perfect Venn diagram of too much money and food issues. So that is like, wow, I'm really glad I'm not rich enough to be like, okay, I need to have access to salted caramel, but not too much access.
Yeah.
So I'm going to designate a person to sort of withhold it when I want to be withheld and give it when I want to give it.
I mean, if it were me, and I'm a real thinker, I would have an off-site freezer location and just take those 2 hours for mama, nap in the car.
Yeah. And
She
this
doesn't
is
know the
why,
difference.
she's smart. She knows what's going on. I would never think of something so ingenious.
Also, Barbara Streisand, I just learned this, tried to buy the house from Practical Magic and then was informed that that's not a real house. That's just like a set. And I love that someone had to write her that email being like, I'm so sorry to tell you.
Did you listen to the 40 million hour audiobook?
About Barbara Streisand?
Her book, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
The rantings of a madwoman? Yeah, I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah. I did not, but I did read whatever was, someone wrote an article about just the times she mentioned food, and I did read that. And I did feel seen. It's like, okay, girl, you're thinking a lot about Chinese food, and I feel you. Same.
Same. And I like to think that Barbara Streisand has the most beautifully curated, seamless app that any of us have ever seen. She's starring all the best places.
I went to see her at Barclays sort of by accident.
Wow.
And there was a woman who was seated in front of my friend and I who had like a very thick letter in her hand. And she was desperately trying to get the attention of the people who were like working around the stage, whose names she did know. So that they could get her the letter. And someone did from the staff kindly come over to her and did take the letter. And I always wonder what happens and if Barbara ever read it or...
Barbara read it
Jenny. After Jenny went to this concert for, I feel like 6 months, you were on a real thing about like fan culture. There's a problem with fans. You're like, it's not good to be too big a fan. We need to be talking about this.
Well, I know we had fight. You and I had big argument about it, I think.
I don't think it was big. I mean, I think it was just like, it's okay for people to be fans.
Well, when they're that level fan, I worry.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I understand the fight, but
you know, when you're writing letters, I know all the staff. What's going on? Let's
we have
explore.
to fill our whole cup with like our whole life, fill the whole cup, There's a whole bunch of things we could know and learn about. As a hyperfixated girly, like I get it. I could tell you a lot about Barbie in the 90s, but that's not threatening anyone's life. And I think I would feel if I were Barbara Streisand a little uncomfortable at most times of all the time.
All the time. I also, and I'm sorry, I'm now just telling stories about this. I worked at the Lucille Hotel, and this actor, his name was Rick Holmes. He had a fan that would bake him like baked goods and bring them to the theater, and we were informed because I worked front of house if this woman showed up and brought Rick baked goods to not inform Rick.
Wow. It's got to be kept a secret.
He didn't want to know when she was there because it I don't know, something was happening.
Oh, he didn't want to know when his stalker was there? Yeah, weird.
Yeah. I'd be like, keep that secret from me. I will say, I just saw Dylan Mulvaney's show at the Lortel Theater.
Oh, amazing.
Delightful. I had a lovely time. However, before the show started, Dylan is in a full angel costume, walking around the theater, like talking to literally everybody. And then the show is about how maybe I should keep some stuff to myself and there shouldn't be so much access to me, which was a weird dissonance. I was like, you feel very safe in public as a trans woman, and I do not. And that seems reversed because there's a lot more attention on you. But she's brave as heck. And that was the conclusion I took away from it.
Wow. And I think that she should just be backstage scrolling before.
I know. I don't like pre-shows.
I don't want to be and not even I don't want to see you before I need to sit down and watch you.
Yeah, let's maintain the illusion just a moment. Yeah, I agree.
I will say that at Caperland solo show, she was in the lobby wearing a sign that said, "Don't look at me." And I did like that.
It was perfect.
Wearing sunglasses and a sign that says, "Don't look at me." Or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, consider that stolen if I ever do a one-woman show.
Okay. Are you going to?
I mean, any day now when when I see that ours stage is empty for 30 seconds.
I'm gonna get on up there.
I would love to see. I would love to see your one woman show. I'm sure you got a book in you. I feel
Yeah.
like
I think I do. I've lived many lives. The lore of Sabrina is long. I have had many an experience, I will say. Whenever I go on dates now, and it's often, I I say to every single person, like, you're gonna hear some crazy stuff tonight. You're gonna be pretty shocked. And it does create a nice firewall. Like, am I intimidating you with how wacky my life has been? But like,
Mm.
I've had many eras. I was friends for many years with a huge pop star. And that comes up a lot, especially you hang out with gay guys, that's going to come up. What other things have I done? I founded a magazine at one point, hated that, didn't enjoy doing that. Really hated. Ends up being a magazine is just advertising. It ends up like the whole thing is just like being
Yeah.
like, I love products. And I don't really feel that way. Like I've done all these weird jobs. I mean, we did the Housewives shows together for a very long time. That was a
Yep.
big era of my life. Doing
Yep.
those Housewives readings and getting weird DMs from them or like, yeah. They would range from
So?
like, you go girl to what was this? How dare you?
That
No.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've just had a lot of side adventures. So maybe there's a book in there, but then I'm also like, who do I market the book to? Because the audience is so fractured, you know?
Well,
Now
that's not your job. That's the brand marketer of
that's
your
the
book's
book brand
job.
director's job.
Yeah.
Pass it off to.
Now, are you going to tell us off pod who the pop star is or no?
Yeah, I'll tell you off pop.
Okay, great. And sorry, listeners, I don't care that you want to know. Should we ask Sabrina our question?
Yes.
Okay.
Screamed.
Sabrina, on this podcast, how were you brainwashed? That is the question that we ask our guests. So by that, we mean, is there something that you used to think, maybe in one of your eras of the past, was true, real, just the way the world worked, it was a fact, and then at some point you started to look at it differently and were like, wait, I feel like maybe that was brainwashing this whole time.
Yeah. And I'm still combating it to this day. Cringe. I think cringe is fake. And I want to like stop people from talking about it. I think it's like a blight on culture.
Okay, say
Yes.
more. Say more.
So to me, all cringe says is like, you're doing something different. And I don't like that at all. And my entire life, I have found that whatever people think is cringy ends up being the thing. And then everybody's doing it and it's no longer cringy. And then something else is. And I think cringe stops people from exploring unexplored areas. It stops people from like making weird choices. And like, it's just sort of used to shame people like me who are neurodiverse or who are like queer or honestly who just are being really authentic. It's like anti-authenticity. What you're asking people to do is like, could you be faker? Could you mask a little bit? Could you like hide anything that might make me think a thought I wasn't prepared to think today? And I hate that. Like as a trans person, I feel like I'm often being told like, they, them, oh, this is so confusing. I don't like, I'm old. It's like, no, you might be old, but you're alive, right? And we're alive. We learn new things. We meet new people. This is the point. And I think that to them, like to older people or really conservative people, the idea of like non-binary people is like inherently a cringe thing as opposed to like a really cool, interesting thing that they want to learn about. And I think that got in my head in subconscious ways. Like, I think I wanted to be really popular in high school and like I want to be really cool in college. And then like when I moved to New York, I wanted to like fit in with New York people. And that got me really nowhere. And then when I started embracing like my weirder hyperfixations or like I started like, I don't know, just talking the way that I talk and like not expecting a great response all the time was when things started like moving and shaking for me. I think like if nobody, I mean, I there's some kind of phrase that I'm not intelligent enough to recall, but it's like, if nobody cares, if you're not polarizing, like you're not really doing anything. And I think cringe is just sort of a way to like stop that. And I don't even think, honestly, I'm going to say this, I don't think cringe was like a formalized word when we were teenagers. I think it was like, you're awkward. That's like weird. And then Gen Z, in like light of the internet and the comments section, decided that like if we can't cancel people, because that's not cool anymore, we'll just call them cringe. We'll just like otherize them and like and it's this idea that there is always people watching and that like they could comment at any time and that would be like annihilating. And I don't think that they are. I don't think most people care. And I don't think like a bad comment is annihilating. I think like you'll be fine. So yeah, I want us to like stop talking about like that's cringe. I feel cringe. That's not a real thing. You just don't like something. That's okay. You don't have to like make it an inherent like ethical quality.
That's so interesting because I like when I think about the idea of cringe, it is not, I guess, what I think of as like weird or off or other. It's like what I think of as like basic of live, laugh, love, of like that's what it feels like. Ugh, to me, which is like stupid. I don't even like. I guess, do I actually care if someone has a live, laugh, love sign in their kitchen? Do
That's
I
who they
even
are.
care? Right.
If you're like when my mom puts up a sign that's like, here we eat in the kitchen,
Yeah.
I'm like, to her, she's like, that is true. This is where we eat. And I'm happy she's happy.
You know what? I
Yeah.
actually thought about this so much in Disney because so many people in Disney had shirts with a saying. It was like so many, like, most expensive day ever, or,
Most expensive day ever.
Yeah. It's just like, I haven't seen so many people do a funny phrase on their shirt in years. And I was having this thing of like, okay, guys, like, come on, like, why are we doing that? And I was like, okay, they're just like they're just having their life. Why was I being judging of them? I don't know.
I think like it takes a certain level of like time, energy, taste, and like, I don't know, it takes a certain level of money to have like a look that you think projects to the world what you want to project. And it takes feedback on that, right? Like you have to wear it and then find out like, people aren't perceiving me as a pirate. They're perceiving me as a person dressed as a pirate. I have to like, and eventually you're Johnny Depp. And I think that for these people, it's like a first step to being like, I'm asserting on the world that I'm daddy's little princess or whatever. And to that, I say like, yes, assert on the world how you would like to be perceived. I think that's a beautiful thing. If you ever want to go shopping, we could pick some other stuff out. And I think you'd have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, I guess I'm trying to like when I look at Disney adults, and it's funny we're talking about this, we'll come back to it. When I look at Disney adults, all I can think is like, wow, you had a really tough childhood. Like that's what this is. This is you expressing you didn't get all of this or you didn't feel all of this or it wasn't enough. Also, as a trans person, like when I went through my medical transition and I started HRT, very quickly I was a teenager again. Like I was like, I should wear a crop top. I was suddenly like, I think I should go to a lot of concerts and take like pictures of myself licking things and jumping around. Like hormones make you crazy.
Right.
And I think like that's a developmental stage to be like, I'm in a perfect place and everything's perfect and it's a perfect day. And the corporation has approved all the foods. So they're all going to be delicious. Like, I think that's like a safety bubble. So when I see Disney adults, I'm just like, like right on, you heal. Does it stink that you're healing through giving thousands of dollars to an evil corporation? Sure. But that's a conversation for another day when you're like more centered.
Sure. When I think cringe, I think like earnest, I think is where my brain goes, is like Taylor Swift, like Swifties. Is it that people hate on Taylor Swift for being cringe or for being earnest or for like whatever being our most basic representation because is there a jealousy? Is there like a thing of like, oh, I wish I could put myself out there? Like, I feel like whenever I have that resistance to something, it's because I'm like, I wish.
It's just about not being cool, right? Like that's what cringe is like. That's not cool. And we all just decided we're being cool, actually.
Right. And that's why Gen Z hates like millennials' social media presences because we're more quote unquote earnest and like share our lives. I don't know.
But see, it's about vulnerability because they're not going to share their authentic lives. They'll share an ironic life because if someone gets in the comments and is like, why do you like this? They can always say like, I don't, I was making fun of it. And like,
Yeah.
I actually think if we're gonna stick with the concept of cringe, if it's impossible to dislodge from your brain once it's in there, I do think it's more cringe to be ironically obsessed with something or like to hate something obsessively. Like there are people whose whole thing is that they hate Taylor Swift, and it's like you're spending a lot of time on Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
Truly, who
Okay.
cares?
There's a thing called apparently, and it's not medically acknowledged, but my mom was talking to me about it.
I'm
But
so
it's
worried. Whatever you're about to say.
Is this Yolanda Hadid stuff? Because
Yeah,
I have to
well,
go.
it's not medically acknowledged is a tough phrase to start with.
because I googled it the other day because I said it to my husband like it was fact. I was like, oh, contrarianism or like contrarian disorder is
Yeah.
something that my mom was talking about in relation. I have an older sister who like her, at least growing up, I don't know if she's as much this way now, but like her whole MO is to hate whatever anybody likes.
Yeah.
To like, oh, the popular opinion is to think this, I'm going to think that.
Mhm.
And I'm like, is that just what some people, no matter what it is, they're going to find a reason to hate
Well,
it?
because what they like is to be different.
Right.
That's what they like.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's to say like, you're all sheeple. I'm
Yeah.
special. And
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I don't feel stable enough in my identity as it exists. I don't feel like I don't have a defined sense of self. I will define myself in contrast.
Right.
Which is a
Mhm.
waste of time and not the shortcut you think it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? But it's hard because you don't want to stop people from doing critical thinking. You don't want to stop people from like
Mhm, mhm.
nuance or like expressing their dislike. But I think like it's not critical thinking to be like, everybody's been watching this TV show, probably sucks. Like if you think honestly, if you're watching, say, like an episode of Friends and you don't see that like sometimes it's pretty funny, you're lying. You're like fully a liar. Like Lisa Kudrow was working her ass off for that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, what do you need? What do you want to tell people? Like, oh, I hate the thing that is, universally loved around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I get having a specific, like, it is transphobic. They do like hate fat people famously, but
it hates all the people that we are and we love, but it
Yeah.
was of a different time, and Chandler still is a bop.
I would totally wear Jennifer Aniston's outfits. I do. I dress like Rachel Green.
So does
My
Jenny.
style icon. I know. So does Jenny. I know. I'm always trying to dress like
Jenny's
Rachel Green.
constant Rachel Green looks. And she looks great.
I mean, Sabrina and I are both in.
Yeah, you really are.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it right now. Whoa.
Ross! I ordered a MAC lipstick like 2 days ago because I saw on TikTok that was like, this is the one Rachel wore.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
And you know what? I'll embrace being cringe. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good lipstick. And sometimes things are basic and like common because they're great and work.
Right.
You know what I mean? People are like, oh, iced coffee is such a basic millennial thing. It's like, I need to wake up. And this works. And a Celsius is not less cringe.
Ugh, they're gross.
Yeah.
There's got to be something misogynistic also about hating cringe, right? There is like a lot of the things we're mentioning are feminine coded things.
Right.
True. Because you know what the actual cringe is? Football. That's actually fairly cringe because of all the, injuries and brain damage.
Yeah,
right. Killing their wives,
murdering.
allegedly. Yeah.
Yeah. So to be like, I think that they were so good at throwing it today. It's like, yeah. And at what cost?
Right.
That's what I go into sports bars as a trans woman often, and I say at what cost? And I change a lot of hearts and minds. And I think as being a trans woman is the reason I hate cringe so much, because like there's so much cringe culture around us, and there's so much, and yet you all want to be dolls. It's pretty astonishing to me that you'll get on the internet and be like, that's clocky. Okay, so you do want to be in the club. That's the way I think like cringe is just you telling me what's going to be cool in 5 years.
Right. Yeah. Ahead of its time.
Yeah.
People are always afraid of change. That's what they say.
That is what they say.
That's what they say. That's my big lesson of life.
Whoa, Jenny. Whoa.
Yeah. Change can feel unsafe. And I think
Change
that's
freaks people out.
Sorry.
I think people hold themselves back from things like romantic love. Like they're like, it's cringe to like go on an anniversary date and like have pasta and then like have a couple martinis and then have sex. Like they're like, that's cringe. I'm not doing Valentine's Day. And it's like, yeah, Valentine's Day is fake. But you know what's beautiful? When someone brings you flowers on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's a lovely thing.
It's so cool girl coded to be like, I don't care about Valentine's Day.
I know.
It's so stupid.
Wait,
it was made by
maybe
Hallmark.
I should care. Maybe I should get a little treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so few things in February that can bring you joy. And frankly, maybe we need to analyze ourselves a little if we're single. Like I was single this past Valentine's Day. I had a lovely time because I saw these happy people and me and my friends got really drunk. And like, that's kind of nice to be like, oh, look, that old couple, they're so happy. Maybe I'll be them one day. Or like, oh my God, they're in the honeymoon phase and they're 22 years old. That's got to be like doing drugs. Like that has to be the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy it passively. And I guess like if you don't want to spend money on it, that's also fine. But like Coca-Cola invented Santa Claus. And I think that's still like a nice idea, you know?
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Cringe to me just feels like an excuse to like externalize your own issues with yourself. And nobody wants to hear that because that's kind of cringe.
I do think it's healthy and good to always look at why you have an averse reaction to something. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, something about that didn't fully sit right with me for whatever reason. I wonder why.
Yeah.
What is my bias? What am I bringing to the table that's making me have that reaction? And I'm, took 100 years to get to a point where I can do that. But when you're, like a child with unfettered access to the internet, you're just like, hate this, don't want to see it, ew, bad, cringe, sucks.
Yeah. 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 I think that is why they removed so many dislike buttons because it's just like a lot of people being, well, that's not for me. And it's like, well, it's probably not for most people because it's specifically one thing.
Whoa, did we used to have dislikes?
Yes. On YouTube,
Yeah.
they took them away.
Oh, but on Instagram, was there ever thumbs down?
No, I think that's a sycophantic
Just
platform of like
Facebook, there was.
Yeah, Facebook, there was.
There was. Yeah. I've been Nicole thumbs down things in group chats and it always makes me laugh when you do it.
Yeah. If I don't like it, yeah.
I've been doing it to my brother-in-law because he always makes bad jokes in our group chat. And I said, I'm going to thumbs down them. And it really gives me joy to do it.
I don't like to just pick the emojis that they suggest to me as a reaction. I'll tell you what my reaction is. I'm going to pick a fun one.
Me too. Someone said to me the other day, you informed me that there's a beans reaction. I said, well, you texted me about beans and I had nothing to say. So I just gave it the old beans. Also, if someone makes a bad joke, my favorite is to just do the drums. Or whatever.
That's a good one.
You know, because you're yes-anding.
Absolutely.
But you don't have to pretend you laughed with a little ha ha ha.
And that's why you're the tastemaker, the culture.
That's why you're the culturista.
That's why they're brand director. She understands the emojis.
That's my one-woman show, by the way. The lesser used emojis. I'm like the little slot machine. Like some of the statues that we don't know where they're from.
Yes. One of my favorite things to do is if there's an emoji that I don't know what's going on, did you know that you can have your phone read to you what they are?
Oh, I didn't know that.
So sometimes if there's a new emoji series drops, I'll say, I don't really get what this one is. What's this one supposed to be? I'll type them all out and then make my phone read them to me.
Type them all out?
Yeah, like I'll get just one text and it'll just be like, man crossing arms, black heart, flag. Like, I'm just like, yeah, tell me what it is. I don't really know.
Yeah, very valuable thing you've told me. I'm in the emoji weeds because, again, if I don't have anything to say, people are like, wow, you took a second to pick something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they're like, that was really thoughtful of you. I'm like, well, I've always been a humanitarian.
And Nicole, you've also been bringing back gifts, I feel. You've been really gift responding. And I appreciate it.
I'm trying to have fun in my one life.
Yeah, being told that gifts are cringe too by Gen Z people was like fair. Or like Ray-Ban Wayfarers. I was like, okay, but they serve a really important purpose, which is that like everyone looks good in them and gifts communicate what words cannot. When words fail, gifts speak.
Yeah, let Leslie Knope make a face that evokes Jesus
Evokes.
Christ.
Evokes. Evocative. Evoke.
You guys, I used to be smart before I had kids, and now my brain is so broken. Evox. Oh my god, this is the thing that I keep. Okay, back to the Disney shirts that perturbed me.
I can't wait.
There was one Disney shirt I've been thinking about so much that it said something like amazing to be a blood donor. Like it said like proud to be a blood donor.
Now that's just someone wearing a free shirt they got.
No. But it was in a sort of Halloween type font. Sort of a purple and orange type font. So my first reaction was, wow, that's just like someone said, what are my two favorite things? Like blood donation and Halloween, and I gotta find a shirt for it. And then I was like, well, maybe it's like, is it a like, oh, blood donor, like a vampire sort of, is that what the shirt is doing? I've been thinking about this shirt so much.
I'll say this. Bold choice at Halloween to be like, I'm going as the victim. You're the scariest thing you can be is a victim.
Whoa, Nicole, you have such fixation on shirts, like that shirt that helped you not vomit. Okay.
And what we're wearing? I'm just like, I'm so scared to be around fashion police right now.
Yeah.
I just couldn't understand why she was being blood donor and also being Halloween. It just didn't make sense to me.
Also, it's not Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's also another good point.
Like, oh, there's a haunted mansion here, so I get to dress as a spooky
to be fair, I will say that there is an event called Mickey's Not So Spooky Halloween Party. So there was some Halloween crossover when I was there. And I want to just give justice to that woman that could have been a factor. I don't know if it was, but it could have been.
Well, then I guess they were like, it's not so spooky to bleed out.
to donate
I'm not going to scare anybody because I'm dead.
I don't understand it.
Maybe they donated blood on Halloween,
and that was the
merch.
Yeah, maybe. Also, bold to walk around telling people like I did a good deed all day long.
I just been thinking a lot about this shirt.
No.
Well, now I will be too.
Yeah, thanks, Nicole.
I googled Halloween blood donation shirts to see if I could find it because.
Maybe it's a custom job.
Wait, I don't know. I couldn't find it.
You're so unique. A custom Halloween blood donation shirt.
I can't stop thinking about it.
What other shirts did you see? I'd love to know.
Oh my god, there were so many. They were like, what? I don't know.
Okay. Text me at night as you're thinking of them.
Okay, I'll send some. We'll include some on Instagram. I'll do a Google of Disney shirts with fun sayings and get some of the highlights.
Well, should we do our final segment? Our only and last game? Okay, Sabrina, we have our final game here on the podcast. It's called casting. We're going to pick a category and cast ourselves and each other in that category. So everybody on this call is going to cast everybody on this call. Is there something that you would like to cast, or we can brainstorm one together as a family?
I actually came in with this, and it's so weird that we just had this discussion that we had because this is like uncanny. Like I wrote stuff down. Disney characters that are women that are not princesses or like heroines in any respect. We're talking like the universe of Mrs. Potts.
Yeah,
that's where we're living.
Okay, fun. I love this one.
I love it. Okay, we're all going to take a second to think of what we are and everyone else on the call is in relation to female characters in Disney who are not the princesses.
Wow. Gotta really think here.
How many of the sidekicks are male? I'm realizing.
That's why I chose this. It's a real unsung category. If you're not like
Yeah.
giving hot or have like a villain song, people just slide right past you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a game that lends itself to some specificity, which was why I chose that.
I know. Wow. I'm
I was
really
so
having...
tempted to just say Spice Girls, but this is better.
No, Spice Girls is always my example. I almost did it again here tonight.
Yeah, and I'm a ginger for the record. I mean, I play this game in my head every morning, so.
I love Ginger was my gal as child.
Same. Wow,
I just
3
love-
gingers.
Wow, 3 gingers.
Wow. That's quite a band.
That
The
is
3
quite a band.
gingers.
Okay,
Okay.
I think I have something.
You do? Okay.
But
Okay.
hey, I'm happy to give my friends some more time.
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
Do you want to go, Nicole?
Okay. Yes. I gave my friend Jenny Plumette, the hot feather duster from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's so nice.
Yes.
Just think
Plumette.
you have a undeniably hot vibe.
Wow. Oh my God.
I think you just, be a little fucking vixen girly fucking those spoons or whatever.
Thank you.
Yeah, fun and hot. I do have to give myself Ursula. I just love her so much, and I just feel I am too based on divine, and she is just my beautiful fat queen. And I love her forever.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give Sabrina Tinkerbell. Because I feel she's got she got some tricks up her sleeve. She likes to have a little fun. She's in charge, but she's also like, if she doesn't want to be in there, she's not going to be in there. It's like, no, I don't want to be talking. I want to just be doing my little magic here. And don't
involve me in all that.
Yeah, it's like I need applause to live, but I don't want to like get in there.
No. I'm expecting the applause, but I'm not doing much.
Yeah. So that's where I landed.
Amazing.
Okay, here's where I landed. I gave Nicole, I almost gave you Ursula, but I thought it was A to B. I said I got to think outside the box because I've definitely cast you as Ursula in another version of just Disney. I think general Disney. It's so you are Ursula ultimately. But I then sort of went on a journey of other characters in my brain and was just going through the movies one by one. And I remembered Pocahontas. There's a gorgeous grandmother tree.
Yes!
Who sort of gives
That's
advice.
So aspirational. Oh my God.
I would kill to be grandmother tree.
Yeah.
To me, you are the wisest person I know, and therefore you are my grandmother tree, who I seek knowledge from.
I'm
so that's
so
where I
thrilled.
landed for you. Sabrina, I gave you Queen of Hearts, fashion, croquet,
Revenge.
cool, revenge. Yes, like who doesn't love the goddamn Queen of Hearts?
She loves desserts.
Exactly. Who cares about Alice? A boring snooze. It's about the Queen of Hearts. We all knew that.
Yeah, she cheats at games. Incredible. She's like, I'm gonna win. I expect the applause, but I'm not doing anything.
Off with their heads. Come on.
Yeah.
She's got a catchphrase. She is culture, and so are you. And then for myself, again, was going through the movies one by one in my head, and I remembered Robin Hood. Maid Marion has sort of a chicken friend. I did look up her name. Her name is Lady Cluck. And they do play like badminton together or something. I feel like
they definitely do. She's a pickleball girly.
Yeah. She's sort of a broad. So I feel
Maid Marion's chicken friend is like such a front runner for title event right now.
I think it's a
I
lock.
always liked that chicken friend. She had good energy, good personality. She's encourages Maid Marion to go sneak off with Robin Hood.
God.
She's like a good best friend, and
Yeah.
I think a good sidekick, and that is B. So that's where I landed.
I love it. All right, I'm ready to go. I believe, Jenny, I have selected for you. Okay, so in Pocahontas, she has a best friend. I have to pull up her name because I immediately forgot it. So sorry. Nakoma. So this best friend is not having Pocahontas this whole thing. She's like, cut it out. She's like,
Right.
This is gonna end poorly. Why are you taking the blankets? Don't get on the boat. What are we talking about? She's famously like, stay home. And I think that incisive, sharp eye and vision of what the situation actually is, that really spoke to me on like a deep level.
Thank you.
Now, Nicole, I gave you 3. I gave you Flora, Fauna, and Merriweather from Sleeping Beauty.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Because they are in some sense carrying the film. Like they are. Anything happening of any interest is happening there. It's a center of power. And I think honestly, in my mind, if they ever remake that movie, they need to be casting like a very specific character actress, broad style. Like we need like young golden girls, and we need them to be running around causing chaos, making crazy takes, changing their mind about colors. Like this is a lot of fun. They're very big opinions on fashion, and as we've established.
Shirts. Disney shirts.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I am Yzma. I am Yzma.
Oh
yeah.
my God. I love
specifically though as a cat at the end after the transformation.
Is that my voice? I think of that all the time.
Yeah, she got a lift. She got a vocal lift, similar to myself.
Yes. As the cat for the brief period.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
I love Emperor's New Groove. Does it hold up? Well, my son
holds up. It is such
okay.
It's joke. I have had a wonderful time rewatching Emperor's New Groove.
That was a perfect category. So fun.
It's such a fun category. And obviously such a fun guest. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for doing your pod.
This has been a blast and an honor, and I will come back anytime you are having repeat guests.
Yes. Where can all our listeners keep up with you, follow you?
Definitely come see shows at Ars Nova because they're all genius and great and hilarious and amazing, and it'll be the best night you spend in New York City, even if you live here for 50 years. Also, you can follow me at Magical Girl Sabrina on Instagram and see like my insane shit posting mixed with my I'll say elevated collages. And you can also find me, Magical Girl Sabrina, on Mastodon, which is a Twitter clone that only nerds use, but I'm like their Penny in the Big Bang Theory. I come in and say things about Lady Gaga is so funny. And they're like, wow, you're adorable. We love you. So I do. I do pretty well over there.
Okay.
And that's my home on the internet. That is where you can find me on the internet.
Amazing.
I love it. Well, thank you again. This was a joy.
This was a delight.